Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about some of the 2021 trends. Now sometimes I get nervous talking trends because it doesn't mean you have to change everything in your home, but I think it's fun to know about them and maybe sprinkle them in. So here we go. So the first one I'm going to talk about, and this one may surprise you, actually I think a lot of them may surprise you, but is a bedroom curtain wall. So what this means is instead of just your background wall in your bedroom, and a lot of times we paint that or put wallpaper on it, what is becoming a trend is to have actually the whole thing curtained off. What I do like about this is it adds a real softness. Like sometimes the walls on our bedroom we really don't do anything with, and this adds a real softness and movement to your bedroom. So trend number one is a curtain bedroom wall. Behind your bed, the whole wall. Trend number two, which I love, is wall dividers. So these are kind of bringing back, I think in like the 70s, wall dividers were really in. And the reason I think this is coming back is that our spaces have to function in so many ways right now. And there's also so many small spaces out there. So wall dividers I think are a great option. For one, they're coming out in a way a lot with rattan and cane to them, and I love that look. What's also great is that you can separate rooms. So you could have, you know, a little office area behind it. It's great for kids. You could put baskets behind it and just like put in their junk. If you want to hide things, I'm actually doing a studio renovation or a studio update for myself, and I have some storage, and I'm gonna get an actual screen and put it in front of there so you don't see it. So I think you're gonna see this trend come even if you don't have a purpose for it. It actually looks nice just placed in a corner, just adds another element and fills things in. The next trend is single colored rugs. Now, for so long, we've seen pattern in rugs, which I do like because when you have a sofa, say, a coffee table, you usually don't have pattern in that a rug is somewhere to give you, it's kind of like a piece of art on the floor. So with this single colored rug, it can look really great and you can go in some bright, fun colors. The only thing is you really want to make sure how it works with the sofa fabric. So for instance, textured rugs or rugs that have pattern, they're almost more forgiving, that will go with a lot of the colors of your sofa or chairs or other things in the room. If you are doing a solid rug, just make sure you get a sample and bring it in your room and see how it works with everything else. All right, next trend is reeded accent walls. So we have been seeing a lot of fluted accent walls, and this is very similar, except it's just thinner. Basically, instead of the flute, it's just very thin. I do like it. I think that this is something that just adds texture as like an accent wall. It's being done in furniture, it's being done in cabinets, it's being done on islands, and it gives more of a delicate look. So this is a trend that we've kind of, like I said, been seeing in different forms for the years, but instead of the fluted this year, it's more about the reeded texture accent wall. Okay, next one we're going to is floor to ceiling subway tile. Now you're probably like, I've seen subway tile for many years, how is this a trend? So the difference is that we're seeing it, say in a kitchen, all through the wall, like from the floor to the ceiling on the backsplash. I think this is a really fun trend actually, and something to do that's fairly cost effective that could completely change the look. So for the last few years, we've seen subway tile done in different ways. So different shapes, different forms, put it in different patterns. But this is a great way if you're like, you know what, I just want to add more to my space. Maybe you've already got subway tile behind your kitchen to actually do your wall in it. It adds such a dramatic effect, and subway tile is usually quite inexpensive, so it more just is the cost of your labor. So I think this is a fun trend to be able to try. Next, we're going to talk about large scale diamond floor tiles. Now with everything, what was in the past always seems to come back. And this is something we saw years and years and years ago, and now it's back. And where I'm seeing it a lot is in like laundry rooms, mud rooms, and I really love in kitchens, What I think it can be fun is if you are putting tile on your kitchen floor. Sometimes it can be really boring and we don't know what to choose. And if you're doing something simple and a more transitional or traditional look in your kitchen, I think to add these diamond tiles and to have them kind of a different color. So you'd have, you know, one maybe in like a gray or something, and then you'd have the white with it, and it's kind of got that checkered pattern almost to it with the diamond tile. It just adds a really fun and unexpected element. And the last trend, and I'm still keeping on kind of the kitchen theme here, is a mid-rise backsplash. So what I mean by this is usually a backsplash, we've either done just a small one or we've done it the whole way. And for the last few years, I've kind of been saying, let's do the backsplash the whole way up. And I still like that. And just because this is a trend doesn't mean that you have to go changing that. But what we're seeing now is kind of the same material used on the countertop, and it's kind of gone midway up in the same material to do a midway backsplash. A lot of times then we're also putting kind of like a ledge on it, which I do love because you can put pieces of art or you could put other sort of decorative elements to your kitchen. But if you're into doing a kitchen design, this is something that I think is a trend, but also it will stand the test of time as it has a real transitional look to it. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about these design trends. Again, make sure it's something that really speaks to you. Before starting any design or decorating project, you want to know what your personal style is, and I've created a free Finding Your Design Style quiz, and you can link to it below. If you like this video, I'd love it if you could like it, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys.